as Heritage Month comes to a close, we are gathering together with our guests for one final time to find out what their thoughts are on heritage and culture. I want to start it off with you, Thandekile. What does heritage mean to you?
So for me, heritage is a representation. Heritage is lineage carried over from one generation to another. Heritage is who we are. Heritage is how we choose to express ourselves. I think that would be the best way to interpret it.
It really is. And Tseho, I'm going to throw it right back at you. What does heritage mean to you?
I think I want to borrow from Thandekile's word, lineage. Lineage, you know. Our heritage keeps getting passed down from our mothers and their mothers and their mothers, you know. So it's really important for us to know where we come from. It's really telling for who we are. And yes, your past doesn't necessarily dictate your future, but it's a very big guiding point towards where you're headed.
Absolutely.
Or at least knowing where you want to head, knowing where you come from.
It definitely gives you some kind of direction where you're going. And I love the way that you said about that it doesn't dictate where you're going, but it definitely helps steer you in that
Definitely
right
has a
direction.
large influence.
Yes, and I'm getting that from both of your careers. I really just want to talk about your career. You built a really successful business just off of your passion alone. What does it mean to you to know that you carried something that you truly love and turned it into what it is right now?
I think I didn't really predict the journey that much. I wasn't even sure that it was gonna lead to here. For me, hair started off as a passion, as something that I loved, but also as an extra income as a student in university. And here we are.
Look at that, so many years later, thriving, and it keeps growing on top of that. And Tseho, you have the absolute honor of wearing the art that she created. There's so much artistry, there's so much culture in it. How does it feel for you to wear it? And most importantly, how does it resonate with you as a person?
I see it as a beautiful symbol, a representation of, yes, I may have the crowns that were silver, that had jewels, but how amazing is it to be crowned with what is naturally ours?
Yes.
So I think I see it as a beautiful symbol, a beautiful representation, a beautiful piece of art and expression. I love it. I absolutely love it.
And such a powerful one too. I don't think we think about it enough because it is our hair, but hair has so much power to it. It's something that can be deeply personal, or it can be something that is powerfully political. You can go in either way. In the space that you are in, have you ever found yourself changing the way that somebody sees themselves or the way that they see hair?
I feel like I've been really blessed enough to get opportunities that allowed me to express myself freely in such a way that our hair has entered spaces that represent us in a positive light. So it's like we got an opportunity to actually tell our stories and say this is how we want to be represented and this is how we choose to show ourselves up.
Yes, there's so much beauty in that. And coming back to you, Tseho, we spoke so much about how you've been open about loving and promoting African hair. You've done it on a local stage, you've done it across the nation, but more importantly, you brought it to a global stage. What message are you hoping to relay to people that are watching you do that?
The message that I really want to leave behind, and I hope it lingers, is that while others maybe think that love holds the highest vibration, I really feel that authenticity does. And with authenticity, it takes a journey of self-awareness to get to a place of self-acceptance, to get to a place of embracing what makes us and the essence that makes us the people that we are. And I think that's really the message that I hope that my journey has left behind. And I hope that it creates a legacy of that going forward.
I knew you had so many gems to drop, and here you are just dropping them even more. And this is such a big one. I'd really be amiss if I didn't take the opportunity to ask you these questions. But what is your most cherished heritage moment?
I feel like for me it has to be my ability to express myself through art, because that's how I really channel everything that I am and who I am. And the rebirth of my Braids Thandekile to Ubuhle Ritual Studio was really based off of that. So I really cherish the opportunity to be able to just go back into my roots and be able to actually use Swati words to even name my products.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so powerful. And I find it so difficult to pick a moment myself, just because for me as a Zulu girl, we grew up in suburban areas for the most part, but then my family moved from a suburban area to a rural area, and in that space we got to learn so much more about our culture and my heritage. So it wasn't so much a moment for me, but a phase in my life where my parents introduced us to, this is the way your great-grandparents used to do it, and this is why we do it like that now. So it's that storytelling that's been passed down in the way that we do things. There's so much beauty in that. Tshego, what about your cherished moment?
I think for me, you know how we break into song, whether we are sad, whether we are, and I think it's something that threads all the cultures together. It's not just about one culture that does that, but we naturally break into song when we are sad, when we are happy. Another one is that we're probably going to eat something, whether we are sad, whether we are happy. And for me, the food is a large part of our heritage and our lineage and how it gets prepared, because we can all eat spinach, but we eat it differently depending on where we come from. We can all eat pap, but we all prepare it differently depending on where we come from. And I think the exploration of all of that, it threads into some of my really favorite moments, expressing and celebrating our heritage, our culture. I think weddings have to be my favorite. Traditional weddings have to be my favorite because there will be both of that, food and song. And an added bonus is the celebration of dressing up. You know? So that's definitely, those are my favorite.
This has been so beautiful. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me today. You've been absolutely phenomenal and I've learned so much from you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us, Handa.
Of course. And thank you at home for tuning in. Remember to catch Afternoon Express every Tuesday evenings at 6 on S3 with repeats on Sunday mornings at 8:30. But for now, good night, Mzansi. See you next Tuesday.
Another feel-good production.